Hello, this is Victor at RestoringMercedes.com. My apologies for very dirty bench here, but I'm in the middle of some other jobs here, but I need to make a video about this mirror. This is finished mirror. It came in pretty poor shape. Now, we do have another mirror, so I had a choice to repair just one of them, right? Although you see these wires are relatively okay, but we already see starting of the deterioration. So this one is already bad. One of them is bad, and the other ones will follow, and it is what it is. But I was given a choice to repair one of the mirrors, and I chose to repair the original one. Although this one helped, because the original one had a broken tab on this plate right here. This is the plate for the adjustment motors. There is one tab broken, so if it is broken, then whatever. It's gonna shift in horizontal axis. Now, the original mirror had a broken tab on the mirror holder plate. I don't remember which one was broken. Actually, let's see. Okay, so here is the original mirror plate. Let's see which way. We go this way, right? And we see one of the little tab here is missing. This one has it, and this one is missing. Now, I could have used this plate, but this plate from the parts mirror here has a broken tab here, right in there. So these two little tabs. So I just replaced, I ordered the new plate and just put it in there. And that was the end of it. And I swapped the top cover for the motors assembly. That is basically all with the parts mirror. We don't need that anymore. Now, while doing the rewiring, I decided to replace the seal, because this seal, as you can see, it's already starting to crack and deteriorate as well. You can tell by touching it, it breaks apart, obviously. And that is something that you do not want, because to replace the seal, you have to undo all the plugs, connectors, and everything. So the seal replacement would have been done at the moment of rewire. That's what I did. It's an aftermarket seal, but it looks pretty good and it fits pretty nice. Okay, now all the wires here are replaced, obviously. One color, but it doesn't matter. I went with one wire at a time, and that would not be a problem by any means, because all the pins are in their righteous and proper placement. Okay, all the tabs. Now, another thing is, since I had the parts mirror, obviously, going back to it, I double checked all the pins, and yes, they all correlate properly, because again, the way I do it is one at a time. That is that. Now we're going to activate a few things just to see how it moves. And that's all I can do. Now, in terms of the fold in, fold out, that's going to be a little kind of cumbersome here, because I'm going to have to put the pins, but just to show that it operates, let's just do that. Let's see. That's a fully open position here. Fully closed position. So that is fine. Now for the adjustments, that is left and right. This is down, and this is up. That's basically all I can check. One thing I'm going to check in a minute, just let me set it straight. So when you put the cover on it, slide the cover over so the mirror is more or less straight. But I would obviously install the mirror on the vehicle. Once it's on the vehicle, you can actually adjust the mirror with the interior switch, set the glass straight and right, and then slide the cover over it. Okay. Now, one thing that I actually didn't check, but I'm going to check right now, but that's not up to me. The heated circuit, let's see if the heated circuit still works. That's up to the glass itself. That I have no control over. And this is still original self-dimming automatic dimming, not self-dimming, automatic dimming mirror with the dimming glass and the heated circuit. Now, all for nothing. Wow, okay. 4 ohms. Wow, okay. So it appears to me that the heating circuit here also operates. I don't know about the dimming circuit, that I cannot check, but the heating circuit seems to be working, which is nice. So heated mirrors, sometimes you don't think about them like, oh, you don't care for the heated mirror or not, but actually it does make a difference, especially in the rainy days, because you would think, oh, you needed to defrost the mirror in the snow or ice or whatever. Not really. You would actually want it so the water just falls off the glass and vaporizes even in the rain, so you can see better. So that's that. So let's take a look at the little details here, just to cover it all up. I just put 1 spare bolt, put it in the vise here, so just so the mirror stays put when I can test all the pins. Now, this is our dimming and heating mirror circuit here. The wires are as low as I could get them to go. They slide in and out behind here. These wires also slide in and out behind inside this casing here. This is the fully folded position. That's how they are. The clip also survived more or less, so it's there. You do need a specific lens. The clip here for the cover release, this one is set in the position to clip on the cover. Okay, so that's it, that's that. Now the mirror somebody tried to fix here before, the little guides, they're not extremely important. One broke off right there because it was already repaired, and it's metal, so you can't really glue metal to it. That's a spare parts mirror. See the little tabs that hold the clip usually break off. But see, this little piece right there broke off. But the backing plate right here, this is part of the glass itself, so you can't really just swap out these pieces. It's a part of the molded plastic, so you can't change it. You can try to glue it like it was glued before, so that's fine. All right, so like I said, I replaced this plate, and that's that. The clip over here was not engaged all the way, so I engaged it all the way. It's broken on this side, a little clip inside there. It's not there, it's broken. Just like if you look at this glass, this is the parts glass. You have 2 clips, but one of them is missing here already. Now this one is leaking, so this is not a good glass. This is a dimming circuit leak, so the mirror becomes foggy and it's like discolorates. So we don't want to do that. To obviously use that mirror glass. And also, the original one has this double side tape attached to the glass, and I also put in some double side tape just to hold it more secure. It's like a basic double side tape right here. And mirror is very nice and tight. Now, another thing that what we're going to do, let's see, let me open it up again, unfold it. Okay, so now what's important here with the glass is if the glass is not secured well, it starts shaking a lot. This one is steady, very nice and tight. Yes, it moves slightly, but that's normal. But I did my best in terms of securing the glass to the backing plate, to the motor's assembly, and double side tape helps the glass to be stationary. This is the driver's side, so the mirror most likely will be, give or take, let's see, it probably will be set something like this, okay? It will be turned to the left, like, yeah. So, same here. The positioning, yes, it will move a little bit slightly, but it's actually very sturdy. This I have no control over. The guides, they don't really help much in terms of securing the glass steady, like make it stationary. It's just the little guides to keep it move inside the frame, inside the cover. more or less straight, but it doesn't matter. If the backing plate and the center plate is straight, then it's going to follow straight. So, and also that piece missing, it's not going to go against the wires. It's not going to rub against them. This is how factory is. That's the way it is. It's like I cannot put anything on them. If I do, then the wires will start jamming. That's bad news. So I guess that would cover it. I did have to disassemble the frame. Didn't see any problems with the frame itself. Put the pins back in, press them in, so they're all in. That is casting. Oh yeah, the mirror can be slid by hand, but I wouldn't suggest doing that. Always use the motor adjustment if just in emergency operations. Here is the casting. That's the way the cast looks like. It looks like it's cracked, but it's not. It's the cast line. It's weird, but it is what it is. Again, nothing is easy with these mirrors. It's kind of a pain to do this. This one was quite difficult, not gonna lie, because even though it was all complete, but it is what it is. Like this portion right here, no way to, I'm not cutting it open, so I solder my wires to it and then siliconed the plug. Although if you will replace the mirror, the glass itself with aftermarket, that has to be redone because the pins will be different. They will be just the push pins versus the plug. So yeah, because driver's side on W140s, the dimming portion of it is very expensive, the glass itself. So replacing it with the new one is quite pricey. Okay, so now I'm going to fold it in. Oh yeah, another thing is, you see this area here where the wires kind of like tense up? They slide inside freely, but here they tense up. So obviously there is no binding going on when it is when it's unfolded in its unfolded position. That's why also there's so many little details to make this thing work, because it's kind of like, let's close this up. Okay, so many small little details to make it work, because see, the wire now is extended in a way, but when it folds, if it gets jammed up, if the center portion of the wiring loom does not move freely, if it's too tight, if it's too long, if it's too short, it's like all of these things are in play here, then it will start buckling over here. It's going to start jamming the frame. This one doesn't do it because, again, see these wires, you have just slight leeway where you can have a little longer ones pulled up a little bit and shorter ones. I mean, the length is extremely important on these. So now when the mirror is in this position, obviously it's going to be easier to screw it back on the vehicle, the bottom bolt. You obviously start with the top one, just not to cross thread the bolts. And this bolt came from the parts mirror, but slightly shift the seal just to line it up right, and then the last bolt would probably be the last one. This is the last bolt, because that you have to be very careful with, not to strip it. And this is basically going to be all. Yes, these mirrors, they can be repaired, yes, but it's a job, so, you know, you gotta put some work into it. And again, I wouldn't bother with this last clip because it doesn't really do much. So, but this is the best that I can do with this one, and it actually turned out to be quite well, to my satisfaction, really. So everything is sorted. Okay, so that would be all. 97 S500 good mirror. That's what it says on it. So, yeah, and it is good, because this glass usually leaks and discolorate. This one seemed to be in good working order. And obviously you would put tape on it when you slide the cover, because it rubs against the edges here a little bit when you slide the cover on it. And then you have to make sure that the cover has this little groove. It's supposed to clip onto this edge. Very hard to see with the mirror being in place, but just saying, that has to clip on here, and then these two lips here, this is where the cover clicks onto, and it remains on the mirror assembly itself. Well, I think that covers it all, and we should be good to go with this mirror. So I'm gonna just pack it up in the box. I have to like pack it up nice so it's not damaged during the shipping. All right, so this is gonna be all. Victor here, RestoringMercedes.com. Thank you for watching.